I've been going to the tunnel since you saw belly. I done been through the most. Niggas talking about we fake bloods. I had to spin for the coast.
Hey, what's up? This is your boy Jim Jones, and we are on Dirty Glove Battle.
I'm from the middle of the piece, right in. I had them billies throwing.
It's your boy Spitty from DGB. We live in an undisclosed location. We got Jim Jones here with us. Appreciate you letting us pull up on you.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, man, your name been trending, you know what I'm saying, online, shit the past few weeks. You know what I mean? But for sure, you know what I'm saying, most recently, you know, the elephant in the room, you know, you've been trending online, you know, from you talking and you know what I mean, and there's been a lot of, you know, talking going on. You care to speak on anything, or how do you feel about just you know, your name trending all over?
I appreciate the publicity. I got a lot of shit going on right now that could use the publicity. I got a record that's trending right now. I got some businesses that could use the promo. All this is free promo for me, really, and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, we all know where this is coming from. Like, it's all good.
Yeah, I can dig it. But I mean, there's definitely some good energy around your song. You know what I'm saying? Your new single, this shit's Still in Harlem.
Yeah, shouts to everybody in Harlem. Shouts to everybody around the country that been supporting the record. Yeah, I mean, we got a little anthem going on right now. It's doing pretty good. I'm excited about that. The video out right now. About to drop the remix. I drop the remix tomorrow, depending on how I feel and shit like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But definitely gonna drop the remix, and then got a couple of them more records that I'm gonna drop.
Nah, I can dig it. And you've been having heavy motion, bro. Like, you know, almost like you a new artist, bro. Like moving with that energy. You know what I'm saying? Tapping in with, you know, different platforms that we've never seen you on. You know, doing the, you know, the live performances, tapping in with platforms, doing interviews, things like that. Where's all this energy come from, and how do you stay motivated, you know, to keep going as if you know what I'm saying, never dropped a record before?
So you gotta stay hungry, man. You gotta stay hungry in this game, especially if you got plans to be in it for real. You got plans to reinvent yourself and keep making some new money out here. Like, you know what I mean? I can always make some old money from the catalog that I got and the numerous hits that I got, but I like to stay current. I like to stay with the times. I be outside too much to just be having my old records played in the club. So I always try to make sure I got some motion.
Word. No, I can dig it. I can dig it. And you one of the first artists for real that, you know, was like truly a jack of all trades, from directing on videos, like engineering yourself, you know, all of that. And now that's kind of like almost looked at as like a regular
I kind of
thing.
put all that into the game. I was telling somebody that the other day, like, when it come like see these kids being able to record in your house, I kind of created that. Like, before me, nobody was ever thinking about that. So
yeah, I remember seeing you going heavy with the mobile studio. You know what I'm saying? Like through the pandemic and all that.
Like, that's a whole different situation. The whole mobile studio started 20 years ago when I created it, but that's a whole nother story. I've always been ahead of my time. I was good at figuring out solutions to equations that would definitely detrimental at the time, shit that we needed.
Yeah. And being a visionary, you know what I'm saying, it's always difficult because you almost on the island, you know, by yourself until that vision comes to life. How do you always stay just on point with your vision and stick to it? Because, you know, it's difficult to, you know, when other people don't necessarily see it.
I mean, I try to stay focused on my goals. There's a lot of distractions that happen in the midst of us trying to achieve our goals and shit like that. But discipline is everything. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta stay consistent. You gotta stay at it. Yeah.
And speaking of discipline, we see you, you know, posting regularly the workouts, you know what I'm saying, really on the health is wealth wave. Can you speak on, you know, just why you took it up even an extra notch to, you know what I'm saying, really focus on your health?
Well, health is wealth, man. It's something that I've been doing since a teenager, staying in shape. When I was younger, I was an athlete, meaning I could play a lot of sports, but I didn't play no tournament ball or nothing like that or shit like that. But I just kept with me, people coming home from jail, always showing us how to work out and do pull-ups when we was younger. And as I got older, I just got in tune with it. And I met my lady, and she was one of the real people that helped me start working out and getting in shape.
Word. And are you more into like weight training, calisthenics? Like,
I mean,
I see you kind of doing a
I
combination.
do it all. I mean, when I get in the gym, I do weight training at the end of every workout. I do my calisthenics, and then make sure I do some cardio and shit like that.
Yeah, no, I can dig it. And you know, I heard you just recording something, and you know, one thing that stood out is those soul samples. You know what I mean, or just the soul. You know what I mean, like sounds like in the music, and you know, you've been one of the innovators. You know what I mean, of bringing that sound to the forefront. What is it about that you know what I'm saying, like just drives you or gravitates you to that sound?
I mean, oh, that's like the diplomat sound. Like I mean, that's how we came in the game. There's something about it, something magnetic about it. It was like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Shouts to that was actually Static Selector, but shouts to Arsonist Heat Makers. You know, he's the one that helped us out in the beginning with our sound and everything. The old Heat Maker sound.
Yeah, no, for sure. And what else you working on, bro? What else you got coming up, man?
I'm finishing up my album. I'm supposed to be here finishing up my album, start doing new records and shit like that, as you can see. Getting ready to hand it in. I got to do another studio day tomorrow. I didn't waste today's day. Too much going on sometimes, you know what I mean? But it's cool.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta sit down. Records don't come out as fast as possible. Other days, record come out in 5 minutes and shit like that. So, you know what I mean? Then sometimes you want to make sure that you get your point across the right way, shit like that.
Yeah, no, for sure. And when things, you know, not going your way, when things not going in the direction you want them to go in, how do you maneuver through that and not let that like keep you down? And you know what I mean?
I don't let too much keep me down. I keep going. Stay consistent.
Yeah.
I approach every day like I got a job, so I mean, I keep my routine going no matter what. I know what shit I got to do as a man. I got to wake up and get outside and get that money.
Yeah. Word. No, I can dig it. You got any shout outs you want to give, or you know what I'm saying, anything you want to?
I mean, shout out to my artists, shout out to Peso, shout out to King, shout out to Dilla, shout out to Taylor, shout out to Jew, shout out to Harlem, shout out to everybody that shows me all the support they've been showing me for the years. Shout out to y'all for pulling up. I've been watching your platform for a minute. A couple of my artists actually been down on the platform and shit like that.
Yeah.
It's pretty dope and shit like that. You know what I mean? I tip my hat to y'all for giving artists a platform that they could definitely use to get some motion and shit like that. You know what I mean?
No, I appreciate it, man. And we actually met through, you know, one of my mentors, Chubbie Baby, somebody who, you know what I mean, was like really near dear to me and like really, you know, just helped me a lot through my career and was just always good people. So, you know what I mean, like every time I've met you in passing or whatever, it's just always been love, always been cool. I think we was on set together too a long time ago. Gucci Mane, it was you and Gucci Mane. I think it's on Kansas or one of them. Yeah, it was one of them. It was you and Gucci, and I think Blue Da Vinci was on set too.
A minute ago?
That was a long time ago.
That was the Kansas set you said?
I think that was Kansas.
I know Chubbie was on that set. That was
Yeah.
What's Blue there? Blue might have been there.
I took some pictures on that set. Yeah.
Shout out to Blue, man. R.P. Baby Blue. Shout out to Meech and all those guys, man. Word, man.
Yeah. Speaking of Chubbie Baby, can you just, you know, speak on, you know, like the type of person he
Chubbie
was?
Baby name been coming up for like just past like R.P. God bless Chubbie Baby. So we just lost him not too long ago, but so many people have been around as of recently that I don't know per se, like, you know what I mean, like yourself.
Yeah.
Been saying Chubbie Baby name and it's like, yo, bro, he's still around. I still feel the vibe.
For
like,
sure.
you always remind me that he's still here, nigga. You ain't going nowhere. I see you, baby, bro. I'm right here with you. I understand the mission. I ain't gonna trust you. I'm gonna finish the mission, man.
Yeah, nah, for
ain't
sure.
nobody like Chubbie Baby, man. He's one of the realest niggas I've met in my life, man. Man, to see him make a transition, man, choose to help people out in his life as far as with the music, especially in Atlanta. And so many doors that he opened for so many people, so many connections that he made. Shit, none of us is perfect, but I think he had a good heart. You know what I mean? A true gangster to his heart, but he had a great heart.
Yeah.
Supported his family in every way, and that's all he was doing it for, was everything he did with his family. But in the midst of that, he looked out for so many, and I mean, shit.
Yeah, no, for sure. He was for real a man first. You know what I mean? Like he was a real one.
Bronx nigga.
Yeah.
By the way, Ohio made his home in Atlanta. You heard?
Yeah. You've taken like a more unconventional route, being that you were in a camp, you know, with artists that were signed to majors and you were affiliated with majors, but you always chose to, you know, take your own route. And, you know what I mean, like how you went with Koch, or, you know what I mean, even like working with Ghazi, you know what I mean, with Empire and all that.
Well, I was just trying to figure out a way to get in the game when I chose to do the Koch thing. Like, I seen that people were blocking a lot of doors for me or whatever. I wasn't getting in certain doors, and as far as what I wanted, I wasn't gonna get what I wanted, and I wanted to be in the game, and I know that was a sure way for me to get in the game, and so we took that approach. I wish I knew more about that approach at the time, then I would have capitalized way more, but
Yeah.
you know.
You were an artist that, you know, would always be featured on remixes where people wouldn't expect you to be on. You know what I mean? Like I remember like you being on the DJ Unk Walk It Out remix. Can you talk about just, you know, how you've always, you know, affiliated with other artists people wouldn't expect you to, or just always tapped in with people early, even like, you know, me seeing Dice Peso up here, and you know what I mean?
A lot of that is good favor. A lot of that happens organically. The Unk thing, we signed on the same label, so it made sense. I was hot at the time. He was hot at the time. We was on the same label. You know what I mean? Shorty Low was my man. He was on fire at the time. There's a bunch of remixes that I did, but most of them happened organically. That happened through the hard work I put in and me always being out there and me having motion. You know what I mean? Like I had a good run.
Yeah. Word. And being on the executive side and seeing that side of it, management, I mean, shit, running the label, all of that, that's a thankless job. Like, how do you, you know, in that type of position, like stay motivated to, you know, want to continue to like help other artists or help other creatives and things like that? Because that seems like such a, you know, thankless job. You know,
When I do something for you, I don't do it because I want something in return. I do it from my heart. I do it, you know what I mean? Like selfishly, like it ain't selfless. Like I'm not. I love giving back. I love helping people. That's just a part of who I am and shit like that.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, everybody wants to be appreciated and everybody wants to be acknowledged for things that they do and shit like that, but that's not what I do it for, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
In those situations, I do it to genuinely help people.
Right. No, I can dig it. And, you know, on our platform, our famous term, you know, when did you jump off the porch? So gotta ask you, Jim Jones, when did you jump off the porch?
Shit, I jumped off the porch pretty early, early in my teens. So I've been outside since like 13, 14. Started going to clubs really like 16. After that, it was full blown outside.
Yeah.
But Harlem is a different place. You start to learn from young. You seen shit early outside, and then you know how it is, man. You're in the hood, man. You learn a lot early.
Word. And I heard you kind of teasing some like legendary tunnel stories, and you was like just flipping through a bunch of scenarios where you didn't like Jim Jones done been everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's funny because it's like cats like you, I feel like cats like Fat Joe, like where it's like, yo, like y'all have been, you know what I'm saying? Like some, you know, everywhere. Like when you look
I can't say that I've been almost everywhere, especially in my time, especially in this country. Come to parties, clubs, venues, hoods near you. I've been pretty much everywhere and having my way too, in a great way. You get for where you earn respect. Respect is not given. And that goes with you wherever you go in the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but
Word.
I've been around. I've seen some shit. I got a lot of shit I've seen. I could go on and on. I could write 9 books about what I've seen in my time.
Yeah.
In this industry and in the streets.
I can dig it. You know, one of the biggest, or One of the main things I've been seeing on Twitter is how everybody tripping about you and the Chrome Heart tank. You know what I'm saying, from back in the early 2000s, and everybody thinking Chrome Heart something new. Again, like you being a visionary, being somebody that's up on some of the trends first, or creating the trends.
Yeah, I put a great aesthetic out there that people got to take from and shit like that. I just like getting fly. I like being different. I like standing out. Chrome Heart, we was on it early. I got it from my girl, my lady. She put me on that shit early.
Yeah.
And she started to see what type of look I was going after. The kids now is going so crazy with it. It just makes me smile and shit like that to see that shit is even more prevalent now than when I started rocketing and shit like that. So you never know what type of impact you're gonna have out here. You know what I mean? And you don't feel it while you're doing it, especially, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Or another artist that I met you with in Motion.
Shout out to Peso too. Pesos.
Oh yeah.
My God, but go ahead, what you were saying?
Yeah, shout out Dice Peso for sure. I started off the Porch with Young Dolph. When I created it, he was the first artist that I interviewed, and he was another artist that I met you with in Motion. Can you talk about Dolph and?
Dolph was another one, man. It's great dude, man. Incredible artist. He had super motion, especially when it came to the independent. Like he really found his lane. First nigga I seen really make the nigga give him a real bag for a distribution check and shit like that. Like he was really having his way out here. Very fly, fashionable, wasn't no punk. Great to his family. Great nigga to know, great friend to have.
Yeah.
Popped up on me numerous of times, man. I had no idea he was popping up. Just popped up if I was having functions and shit like that, video shoots and shit. He's a dope kid, man. It's just sad to see how we lose so many of our artists in these past few years. Takeoff, shout out to Takeoff. Yeah. One of my closest friends that I had in this industry, as far as people of our stature and shit like that. Like, real dope dude, man. Yeah. Real dope soul. Like, fly kid, man. Like, dope, man.
No, for sure. And how does it make you feel when a lot of these young artists, especially the ones that's really getting fly, like, tell you that you're, a huge influence, and, like the things that you did in fashion are, what made them want to get fly and want to put that shit on?
Like I just said, it feels good to be acknowledged for the things that I know that I created. You know what I mean? It's not like I set out to do it. I was just set out to do me doing me. And I'm so glad that it stood out that even now these kids are still jacketing and shit like that. There's a lot of people that started when I started, the kids not jacking nothing they got going on and shit like that. You know what I mean? So to be still in the eyes of a younger generation and shit like that and still be admired and revered and shit like that, it's pretty dope. It still allows me a lane to do music and shit like that, to have they're very receptible to the music now because we still got something in common. That's the fashion and shit like that, you know what I mean? Yeah. So that works hand in hand, and it works in my favor also on shit like that. I'm still able to get a lot of money out here off of music. I'm able to put artists on and still, you know what I mean? So
yeah. Nah, for sure. Nah, that's what's up, man. It's dope that you been continuing to use your platform, to give other people a platform. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's what all I'm about, man. Niggas know, man. I've got to take a lot of my time, man. No matter what nobody say. So my main mission as I go is to make sure I give way more than I took.
Yeah. So, in your own words, how do you want people to view Jim Jones, and how you want people to to know you as, you know what I mean?
Like what? Like for me, when it's all said and done?
Just as a man. That's
what I just told you. I want niggas to know that I gave more than I took. Cause I got to take a lot, so I'm gonna have to give a lot more.
Yeah, no, that's real. But that's how you receive your blessings, though. You know what I mean? Yes, sir. Nah, man. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you giving us some time.
On my hip when I'm in. You still could get that better price when you win. Even if you get it from the height, you still